The ProForm Tour de France series of bikes and other similar exercise machines use a clutch or freewheel bearing to help simulate real-world cycling conditions. The clutch or freewheel bearing allows the user to pedal forward, engaging the flywheel and pushing against the resistance mechanism. If this clutch or freewheel bearing fails, or other bearings in the flywheel become worn, they will need to be replaced by following the process in this video. Before you begin, be sure the bike is unplugged. Use a thin wrench to unscrew the pedal axle from the crank arm. Note, the left pedal is reverse threaded and loosens by turning the left pedal axle to the right. Use a flathead screwdriver to loosen and then remove the upper shield. Use a Phillips head screwdriver to remove the 4 screws from the electronics cover. Then, remove the electronics cover. Use your flathead screwdriver to pry off the shield covers from the rear of the side shields. Then use a Phillips head screwdriver and remove the side shield screw under the cover. Also remove the shield cover and screw from the opposite side of the machine. The right side shield must be removed first. To remove the right side shield, remove the lower rear side shield screw from the left side of the bike. Then remove the 2 upper side shield screws from the right side of the bike. Position the right crank arm upward and carefully remove the right side shield from the bike. Use an Allen wrench to loosen the drive belt tension idler pulley. When the belt is loose, walk the belt from the crank pulley and off of the bike. Use a wrench to loosen the flywheel axle lock nuts. Use a wrench on each side to keep the axle from rotating. One or both of the lock nuts will come loose to allow the flywheel to be removed. Carefully lift the flywheel assembly up and out of the frame. Remove the lock nut from the axle. Remove the pulley and axle and washer from the flywheel. Remove the spacer and axle from the other side of the flywheel. Reverse the disassembly steps to install the axle and pulley onto the new flywheel assembly. Insert the axle into the flywheel, replace the wave washer and flywheel pulley and axle into the flywheel axle. Replace the spacer onto the other side of the flywheel axle. Lift the flywheel assembly back onto the frame brackets and tighten the flywheel axle lock nuts to hold the assembly into place. Remember, you will need to put 1 wrench on each side to keep the nuts and axle from turning. Route the belt around the flywheel pulley and the idler pulley and walk the belt back onto the crank pulley. Tighten the belt tension by using an Allen wrench to adjust the position of the idler pulley. Replace the left shield first and then the right shield. Make sure to replace all the shield screws and replace the rear shield covers on each side of the bike. Replace the electronic shield and secure it to the side shields with 4 Phillips head screws. Replace the upper shield cover by pressing it down into place. Use a thin wrench to tighten the pedals onto the crank arms. The left pedal is tightened by turning the axle to the left. Once everything is in place, pedal your bike slowly to make sure everything is working properly.